What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Mika Chanel, back with another edition of Mika Chanel Is Just Saying. Okay, it's the end of an era, you guys. My Wives, Season 6, Episode 10 is the last and final stand for the ladies. It's over. It's a wrap. Well, I guess we'll get a couple of reunion episodes, but as far as the regular seasons, it is done. Can you believe it? I'm surprised that they only did, as few episodes as they did. I thought they would have tried to drag the season out a little bit longer since it was the last season. But, hey, they didn't. So anyways, let's get into it. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, okay? Anyways, let's get into this crazy episode. It starts off with Renee. It's the end of her dance lessons, and they're having like a big recital. So she invites Karen and Carla and who else comes? Karen, Carla, and Marissa, and then one of her other girlfriends that I'm not sure who it was. And then of course AJ comes with his girlfriend Andrea. And I thought Renee did a really good job. She looked cute. The dance was cute. Everybody was proud of her. Karen had given her some flowers or whatever. And she was saying she was proud of herself for sticking it out and following through with it. And, that was a cute little scene or whatever. In the next scene, though, we see Drita. She goes over to Big Angie's house. She visits with Big Ange. They do a little small chit-chat about, Big Angie's surgery. At that time, she had just got done with her lung surgery. And so they talk a little bit about that. And then, she asked Drita what's up with her. And that was all Drita needed, to just go into Drita mode. And she starts talking about, how... what Brittany had told her that Karen had said. And no, first she starts talking about Marissa saying, that Karen said that about the men, and I guess she feels like with Marissa started the whole thing, and Big Ange is just like, no, well, Marissa said that she never actually said that Karen said anything. And so Drita's sitting there looking all confused, like, yes, she did. But I don't remember I don't remember when, they had that conversation, Marissa and Drita. I don't remember Marissa saying Karen's name or anybody's name. What I do remember is Drita in her interview saying nobody did it but Karen Gravano. Like, it was like she already had in her mind that Karen did this. For some reason, she seems to think that Karen is obsessed with her and her husband. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe Karen is talking about the man. But on the show, she doesn't talk about it, So, I mean, I don't even understand what that's about. And then she tells Ange about what Brittany said, that, Karen was going in on Lee and calling him a fake gangster and all this and all that. And as she's talking, she's getting, like, beat red, you guys. I mean, she, like, her everything, her face, everything. I'm like, girl, you need to calm down before you end up having a damn heart attack up in here, okay? Like, is it that serious? Usually the person that gets the most upset when there really isn't cause to be that upset is the one in the wrong. That's been my experience, you know what I mean? She's the one that's been backed into the corner and doesn't really know how to get her way out of it. Because, I mean, I honestly am so confused right now. Like, so confused. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Anyways, Drita, she's just going in, telling Big Ange, Karen this is my motherfucking island. Karen got to leave the damn island and all this. I'm like, damn, you going to kick the girl off the island? You been voted off. You been kicked off. I'm like, girl, now, since when did it say Drita Island? I think it says Staten Island, not Drita's Island, okay? So I'm not even understanding what Drita's talking about. She's just going on and on and on and on. And she's just making herself look crazy, in my opinion. Anyway, so then in the next thing you see Karen, she takes Karina out for a driving lessons. For some reason, she decides to take Karina out in the Benz. And Karina's bumping into stuff. And I'm like, a Benz may not be the car that you want to give your daughter driver lessons in. But, whatever. They live in a whole different world. So it is what it is. Karina is not really taking things seriously. And Karen says that Karina feels like they are more friends and feels like she doesn't have to respect what Karen says because she feels like they're, like girlfriends and roommates or whatever. And I'm like, Karen, that's your damn fault. you better get that girl up under some control, because she's at that age. She's probably been at that age where she, you know, she needs a little bit more guidance. And if she's walking around not respecting you as her mother, then you're going to be in for a world of trouble, because you done moved this girl up to New York. She's in a bigger city. Like I said before, she's a really pretty girl. And, you know what I'm saying, you never know what's going to happen. So you better put your foot down right now, okay? It's not too late. Anyways, that was a cute little scene, though, with her trying to teach Karina how to drive. I was just thinking about trying to teach my daughter how to drive one day, and I don't even know. Like, I started driving very, very early. I was like 12. Actually, I was more like 11 when I started driving, because my stepmom was sick, and she wanted me to, you know how to at least drive her to the hospital if anything ever happened or whatever, which isn't a good idea. I wouldn't recommend that, but I grew up in a small town. I didn't grow up in New York. I didn't grow up here in Chicago. You know, I grew up in a small town, so it's a little different, you know. Anyways, so, yeah, that scene is that scene. And the next scene, you see Drita, she's at home in her kitchen. She calls up Marissa, right? Marissa answers the phone, and she's all like, hey, girl, speaking of the devil, what you up to? And Drita's like, you know, I already got an attitude, like, what? Excuse me? Oh, now you want to be all hey, hi, smiling and laughing and joking and all this and all that, when you running back to Karen, telling her that you didn't say what you actually did say. And she's like, and you know what? Your friend, you gonna see your friend gonna get her ass whooped, and me, you, Karen, Brittany, we gonna all sit down. And Drita's just like going on and on and on. And she's like, and then Marissa's on the other end like, oh my God, you're really mad, huh? You know, like, Marissa is not really giving Drita the energy I think that Drita wanted to give her to give, because I think she wanted Marissa to start yelling back or whatever, and Marissa's just as calm and cool, you know, on the phone, and Drita's just like getting more amped and more amped and more amped. And I think she was annoyed that Marissa wasn't, you know, getting amped up with her, you know, and so that, I think that just pissed her off even more. And so she just starts yelling, and then all of a sudden she just, I guess, reaches her point, and she just hangs up like, I'm the boss, I'ma show y'all motherfucking, y'all wanna be motherfucking gangsters, and I'ma show your rat ass friend, and blah, 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 and I'm the boss up in this motherfucker, you know, like, she's just going on and on and on and on. I'm like, okay, Drita, like I said before, calm the fuck down, okay, girl, calm down. It's not that serious, calm down. So anyway, so then after she hangs up on Marissa, she walks. Marissa laughs a little bit. You see her laugh a little bit. It's like, that was not a conversation. I don't know if she was talking to her boyfriend or one of the producers, or who the fuck she was talking to. But anyways, then Drita goes into the other room where all the producers are in her house, and she's like, set this meeting up tomorrow. I'm about to lay Karen's ass out. I'm about to level her ass, and I don't want any of your motherfucking bouncers to touch me. If any of them touch me, I'm telling you, I'ma lay them out. The whole world gonna see me lay a man out in front of everybody. Boo, 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 boo. And I'm like, oh, okay, girl, all right, girl, calm down. Anyway, so then you see in the next scene, you see them driving over to the restaurant. So it's like Drita and Brittany are in one car, Marissa and Karen are in the other car. While they're riding over there, you also see Carla, Renee, and Ange, and they're discussing what could possibly go down between, you know, the four women when they all meet, basically between Karen and Drita. And Renee is just like, well, maybe if they just fight, get it out of their system, they can move on. Carla's like, they're gonna kill each other, okay? That's not a good idea, okay? And then in the car ride over, you see like Brittany and Drita, well, mostly Drita. Drita's turned up. You know, she already was turned up before. She's turned up now. She just keep going on and on about Karen being obsessed with her husband and all this. And then I'm like, the only one that seems to be obsessed with your husband, girl, is you. That's it. You know what I mean? And so, this damn thing seems so tight around my head. Anyways, and so, in the other car, you know, Karen and Marissa, you know, they're talking or whatever, but they're calm about it. You know, Karen is just like, Drita can't handle the truth, and that's why she gets angry. She can't fight with her words because she doesn't know how to express herself, and that's why she always wants to get to fighting. And she knows that what I'm saying is the truth, and that's what's making her so angry. And I'm like, girl, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. Okay, so I mean, I'm willing to believe Karen at this point because of the way Drita's acting. You know what I'm saying? So Drita and Brittany get to the restaurant first. Before they get to the restaurant, they show a clip of the owner of the restaurant. He cleaning up dishes off of the table. He like, y'all ain't finna fuck up my shit up in here. He taking glasses off, silverware off, plates and, and bowls and stuff off. Like, I ain't breaking up none of my dishes up in here, okay? So anyways, Drita and Brittany get there first. They're sitting at the table and Drita, her leg is just a bouncing. Her leg is just a bouncing. And she just, you know, she is on 10 already. I mean, she probably on 20 at this point, you know, and she just, oh man, I can't wait this motherfucker. I'm gonna fuck her out. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, girl, calm down. Again, calm down, okay? So Karen and Marissa pull up. They stroll on into the restaurant all calm and cool, right? And Marissa got her hands in her pockets like she ain't got a care in the world. But she did come dressed to fight this time. I don't know if it's because it was colder outside or what, but she wasn't dressed the way that she was dressed when her and Brittany had got into it before or whatever. So anyway, so as soon as they walk through the door, what did she say? Drita, as soon as they walk in, Drita started yelling out, there's a punk ass, what the fuck you doing, punk ass, and all this and all that, and Karen is just like, got a little smirk on her face, like, this bitch is crazy, okay? So they sit down, and as soon as they sit down, Marissa goes in. Well, she tries to go in and start telling, like, okay, so we're having this conversation in reference to what me and you spoke about, and then for some reason, Brittany's ass, you know, jumps in and is like, no, that's not what this conversation is referencing and this and this and that. I'm like, yes, the fuck it is, Brittany. What the hell are you talking about? Like, she just wanted to just go in on Marissa because she's salty that Marissa got the best of her at the other, you know what I'm saying, when they fought the first time. So Brittany wants to, I guess, get some good payback or whatever. But at the same time, I'm like, Brittany, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why are you even here? It's not necessary for you to be at this whole conversation. It has nothing to do with you. But I guess Drita wanted her there. I guess she knew that Brittany was going to get hyped. And then that just hypes Drita up even more. So then Marissa and Brittany, like, go back and forth about it. But nothing really happens to them or whatever. And between them. And then Drita then just uses this to just go in on Karen. I mean, like, she jumps up, like, who the fuck you talking about? Who the fuck you talking to? And Karen's like, I'm talking to you. I'm talking about you. You bitch, you know what I'm saying? Then Drita jumps up, and then Karen jumps up, and they, like, try to grab each other across the table, but then here comes the bouncers or producers who are bodyguards, whatever. They come rushing out. They grab Drita. She was like, I told you not to let them grab me. I told you not to let them grab me. Get the fuck off of me, blah, 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 blah. And she just screaming, and then Brittany going crazy over here. For some reason that I don't know why, Brittany is just going crazy. That girl, I mean, I don't understand what her whole role is. Like, she could have used this show for something a little differently, but I don't understand what's wrong with her in this scene at all, you know? Like, and I guess she just embarrassed, you know, that she didn't get any licks in on Marissa when they fought. Anyways, so Drita is just going crazy. And then the producers, for some reason, come over to Karen and was like, do you think that we can have a conversation? Can you guys just sit down and have a conversation? And Karen's like, I tried to come and sit down and have a conversation. She's the one that's acting crazy. We're sitting here all cool. You know, we're sitting in our seats. You know, we haven't jumped up and started acting crazy. That's her. You know, so then he just got this exasperated look on his face like, oh my God, here we go. So he goes back. And he realizes that he is not going to be able to calm Drita down. So he just says, scene ended. Cut, motherfuckers. Get the hell up out of here. Let's go. You know, he looks like just exhausted at this point. Poor producer. And so I don't understand. Like I said, I'm starting to be a little bit on Karen's side because why is Drita acting like this? And like I said, it's usually the person that has no leg to stand on. That's the one that's, you know, acting the craziest, you know? And at this point, that's Drita and Brittany. Well, we all know Brittany has no leg to stand on. Like, she just done created a fight in her head and you know, just ran with that shit. The shit that was, whatever was going on in her mind, you know? And I guess maybe Drita's the same way because, I mean, up until the whole thing with Karen, telling Brittany that stuff in the little jean shop, up until that point, Karen hadn't even really said anything regarding Lee or Drita. You know, it was just like she just felt like she was just tired at that point. You know, like why would Drita blame me for saying that OZ and Lee talk? Like they ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? So, you know, up until that point, I don't understand. I really don't. I'm so confused by it. I'm just as confused by this situation as I am with why Drita is upset with Carla. You know, we still never got to the end of that. I'm hoping we get to the bottom of it at the damn reunion. But from the looks of it, the reunion is going to be off the chain, all right? So we might not get any answers, questions answered at the damn reunion. But Drita is just like shaking, though. She is shaking and just, I mean, she is just, I don't even understand what the hell her problem is, you know? It's crazy. If y'all think y'all know, leave it down in the comments. Let me know what the fuck is up with fucking Drita, okay? I'm confused. So then that was kind of it. That was pretty much the whole episode. Like, I mean, they did like this little thing I'm gonna talk about in a second, but that was the meat of the episode. It was kind of reminding me of the whole sit down episode where we didn't get any questions answered in that episode either. You know, like I don't know if they cut out a lot of stuff or what, but like I really felt like, you know, a little let down. And so then they fast forward 2 months later, you see Karen is at a photo shoot with Karina. Karina looks really pretty. Karen says that, you know, she really wants to get into modeling or whatever. I don't think she's that tall, so she'll probably do some print modeling or whatever, but she's really pretty. And, you know, she just said she hasn't seen Drita. She hasn't talked to Drita. And I'm like, if Drita was that mad and wanted to beat Karen's ass, how come she ain't, in 2 months, she ain't been over to Karen's house? She ain't saw Karen up in the grocery store. I mean, come on. Staten Island's not that damn big. Like, I mean, Drita, if you was really that upset, you know what I'm saying? Why didn't you handle business in those 2 months is what I want to know. Because if I was that mad and wanted to beat somebody's ass, best believe I would have found a way to get to that damn person. You know what I mean? And it seems like that's what she does at the reunion. But I'm like, why do it on camera? You know what I'm saying? Go on and beat the girl ass if you want to beat the girl's ass. You got plenty of space, time, and opportunity, okay? I mean, y'all live in the same on the same island. Hell, where the hell she gonna run? In the ocean? Anyway, so you know, that's that. She said she hadn't seen Drita or whatever, and they do a little you know, like a little montage of, you know, all of her past scenes and things like that, and that's kind of how we leave Karen. Then we see Renee. She's at dinner with AJ and Andrea. You know, they walking in like they some bosses with their fur coats on. And Renee's like she hadn't been to that restaurant in so long. I guess her dad used to take her there and a lot. And, you know, she seems so happy. You know, Carla. I was looking at my notes. But anyways, Renee, she just seems so happy in this scene. Like this whole season, she has just really seemed to be in such a better place. I guess, you know, remember she was going a little crazy. You know, she was a little crazy when the damn series first started. Then she really went a little crazy after after her husband, you know, snitched on her father and whomever else he snitched on or whatever. And then I think she was on some prescription drugs or whatever. But this season, she has really seemed the happiest that I think she ever has in the entire series. You know, she says that, you know, she's got AJ, she's got Andrea. Of course, she was sitting there trying to talk AJ into proposing or whatever. And, you know, they do a little montage, you know, of her. And she says that AJ is all that matters to her anymore, you know, with everything he went through with his father and everything that you know, he went through with her, and they do a flashback scene of when, you know, they went to therapy. But she was like, you know, it's all good right now. It's all good in her life right now. So I'm really happy for her. And the next thing you see Carla, she's ice skating with her kids, and she's, you know, she's happy that, you know, they're happy and healthy. They're teenagers now. They're 13, you know, they're twins. They're 13, and, you know, she's happy that they aren't growing up in the lifestyle the way that she did. She's like, she doesn't regret anything. She couldn't have changed it anyway. It wasn't up to her how she grew up, you know. But, you know, she's happy that her children are not growing up in that lifestyle. And then in the next scene, we go to Drita. She's cooking dinner for her family. Then they sit down and, you know, have dinner. I thought we were gonna see Lee. We see him walking down the stairs. You know, they're panning up his body. I'm thinking they're gonna pan up to his face, but no, we don't see his face. We just see the back of his head, the back of him after he's sitting down. Now, it seemed a little funny to me though, because everybody else, all of them, Drita and the two girls, had food on their plate and they were eating. But then Lee didn't have any food on his plate. So I'm like, is that just bad editing or what? Because his plate was clean. Like he had just said, like the plate had just came out the dishwasher or something, and everybody else had food and was eating on their plate. So I'm like, is this bad editing or, you know, what was that about? He did, I don't know. But yeah, so Drita's just like, you know, her family is in the best place that they've ever been in, you know, since they've been a family. She says that, you know, Karen can try all she wants to tear them down, but she's not going to. I'm like, girl, you need to end this obsession with Karen, all right? Because this is gonna put you in hospital, like from a heart attack or just some kind of issues, girls. Just end it, you know. And then in the last scene is we're at Big Angie's house, and it's really sad. Her hair looks really cute, the short blonde hair that she had, but it was a really sad scene, you know, because we learned in that scene that she had, you know, been diagnosed with brain cancer. I'm like, oh my gosh, can you imagine? First you have throat cancer, then you have lung cancer, then you have brain cancer. I mean, you beat the other two cancers, and then you find out you got a third cancer. Like, oh my goodness, it was just such a sad scene knowing that she is no longer, you know, with us in this life. And you know, to see her with her son and her grandkids, and it's just yeah, it was really sad. Did you guys watch the show that came on afterwards where they were celebrating her life? I didn't get to watch all of it. I just watched a few scenes of it, so I don't really have any opinions about it because I only probably watched maybe 5 to 10 minutes of it. At first I thought it was a little inappropriate, but then when I thought about it, I guess I do have some opinions about it. You know, at first I thought it was inappropriate, but then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? They're celebrating her life, and that's probably what she would have wanted, you know? Anyways, then my DVR cut off, so I did not see like all the way to the end of the episode, but that was pretty much the end of it, you know? And I cannot believe it's over. I really can't, but it is, you guys. Mob Wives is over. They, you know, they got all of these little teasers about spinoffs and things like that. Karen, you know, they think Karen possibly could get her a spinoff or whatever. I don't know. I don't think that they should do that. I think they should just leave it, you know, the way it is, because you know, sometimes when you try to do spinoffs or you try to, you know, move a show to a different channel or things like that, it's just not the same, and the chemistry is just a little off or whatever. And yeah, so anyways, you guys, I'm looking forward to the reunion. I really want to see. I mean, I know some fighting is gonna go down, but I'm still hoping that we get some questions answered and have some proper closure. You know, with this series, you guys, and that's really all I have. So man, leave your comments down below. Tell me some of your favorite times with the Mob Wives over the last 6 seasons. And I mean, who was your favorite character? I don't know if I really have a favorite character. I liked all of them as one. You know, I liked them all on the show, you know. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have, you guys. Until next time, stay real, stay safe, and stay tuned to Mika Chanel is Just Saying. And we're going to toast to Mob Wives, you guys. All right. Bye-bye.